Good evening from Marie at Messy M Creations. I hope this Friday evening finds you safe and well. Day 2 of lockdown in the UK. And I have to say, Stampin Up have had their on stage at home, and it's almost made me forget that we're in lockdown, so it's been rather fabulous. So a quick look at a couple of projects from today. I've been playing with Dragonfly Garden is the name, which is a set with a punch. So we get to punch out the little dragonflies from either the DSP or by stamping them and cutting them out. Let's just play catch up. I'm all of a discombobulated. Can't even imagine that it is Friday, never mind anything else. So that was card 1 that we made. So if you are catching me live, please do say hi. If you're watching on catch up, then please say hi as well, so I know you've caught up. So that was another one using 3 strips of the designer series paper and these lovely little ladybugs. What no one will ever know, as long as they haven't watched this live and listened to what I'm telling you now, is I had to put those little ladybugs on because I had a bit of a ink splodgy disaster. So that masked that, and that's the Blackberry Bliss in a different design. So my desk currently is I might just take a picture of it when I've finished and share it, because it's an absolute mess from a day of playing as part of the Stamping Up at Home and sharing with lots of colleagues, and then getting very in this design, that last design I showed you, this is something quite different for me. I've never used grey as a background like that, so I've been playing with all the colours. So I've got a whole stack of cards to make in a similar style. Anyhow, this is what we are here for, which, as you know, if you caught me on Wednesday, I was trying to do it so that the numbers weren't in order, because to me, a traditional advent calendar, the numbers aren't in order. However, I started off like that and then got really confused when I had a 24 left over and I'd decorated all my boxes. And I knew there was 25 boxes, so I didn't know what I'd done wrong. However, in the kit, you get a choice of 24s. So you can do a gold 24 or the kind of early espresso 24. So that is the set designed and ready for someone for Christmas. So all I had to do was add glue. All these little pieces are self-adhesive. I added a few dimensionals where I could, and the 25 for Christmas Day I've put on, probably can't see it, onto 2 dimensionals, so it's a little bit more proud. You probably can't pick that up on a camera, but that's what I did. The only thing I did think is when we turn it round, that might have messed it up. I think it'll be alright. So who wants something as gorgeous as this only out at one time of year? So the other thing I did today, and I'm not going to complete the project on the live because we'll be here for a while, and my desk is such a mess I have nowhere to put this pile of stuff. So I got my sprig punch. Hi Jeanette. Ooh. Got my sprig punch, I got my daisy punch, the smaller of the 2 daisies, and my little can't think what this punch is called, little flower punch from Basket of Blooms. And I focused on the beautiful papers from the Peony range, and which basically focus on, it's called Peony Garden Designer Series paper, and it focuses on greys. So basic grey, grey granite, petal pink. Oh, it's just those three colours, isn't it? Whisper white is the other one. I was looking for another colour there. Grey granite, petal pink. Oh yeah, basic grey and whisper white. So that's the four colours. So essentially, I've just cut out a whole load of bits. So all these bits, if you cut out a 5x5 little square of card, and I have a 1-inch punch. Now unfortunately Stampin' Up don't do a 1-inch punch anymore, but I'm sure you can get a 1-inch punch, or if you have a die that would do the same thing, or if you're lucky enough to have the 1-inch punch, it cuts out the exact hole. So literally all I then have to do is find my glue on my desk. Seriously, I'm taking a picture of this and sharing it. You should see the mess that is my desk. So I'm going to do a very similar sort of thing, but just decorate it in non-Christmas. So picking one suite of papers, and you could pick any suite that you absolutely love. Any designer series paper. They're all generally designed to work together. But we can easily, I mean, if you didn't have a punch, you could always, let's try and not get too patenty, you know, use the, you get several of these left over, so you could use that and just cut around it. But I just think this is such a beautiful quality box that it's a shame not to use it all the way around, all year round. So all you have to do is turn your little drawers round. Where I've put 2 dimensionals on the 25th, it is going to be slightly more proud than some of the other boxes, but I don't think anyone's going to notice. So literally we can stick the papers on, just making sure they've all taken, and then so I've fussy cut some of the flowers, so some of the peonies. I also then, oh, just one of the bigger ones as well. I also created, if I can find my little pile of things, some, I popped the little kind of daisy punch. Now you, again, the smaller daisy punch and the blossoms punch, and that could be either way round. But to me then, that all that's asking for is a little bit of bling in the middle, but also nothing stops us. Actually, I think we'll do some petal pink, because we've got mainly petal pink. So I thought the sprigs would be rather nice. So depending on who you were gifting it to, you could potentially gift it them with all the little bits so that they can decorate the other side, just to make it an extra special gift. Oh, let's put that one on there. But look how easily, there is also this kind of marbly effect. So I've cut some of the sprigs out in plain, and some of them in the designer series paper, patterned papers. But you can literally do anything. The world is your oyster. The only thing that I would do if I was using these on their own is just run the bone folder to give those a little bit of dimension. But again, one of those, a couple of little sprigs. So you can see I just kind of cut out all sorts of different pieces of the designer series paper. As I say, by picking one kind of series, it all matches. That, oh, that has a kind of marbly background, that one, which is like that. So you'd have to probably pick an area where it was more obvious. but you've got kind of the petal pink. So you can make it with somebody in mind and literally just bling it up as you see fit. So I think you could provide as an extra gift something that would allow them to decorate it themselves and play around. So you could do extra kind of papers and bits and pieces so they can decorate to their heart's content, or you could do it for them and make sure they've got instructions so that they know. Do you think I've got any chance of finding my glue dots? You seriously need to see a picture. Am I even? Is that it? I think it's the worst it's ever been. I can't find my glue dots. I had them earlier. I could just... don't want to make you feel travel sick by moving around, but so yes, so that was literally what I was going to do to decorate the other side. But also you can see, if I take in this set, you've got the matching elegant faceted gems. So they would be lovely in the centre of some of those. So some of those are clear. See, there's a lesson. Don't go live when you've been playing all day with crafts. But you can see by popping that in the centre how it adds. So again, if you wanted to encourage someone to craft, you could just send a selection of bits, but it just adds a little something. I don't know how. Try to move it up a bit so you can see it a little bit more clearly. But you can see here all the bits and pieces that I have. So essentially it's just turning it around and decorating it slightly differently. So multi-purpose, and just because it's Friday, so excuse me if this makes you feel a little bit sick. So there's my counter, there's my Facebook Live occurring there. There's my all on my on stage things. So I've got a dragonfly punch there. I've got all the bits that I've just had on my live. These are all the bits that are going to be decorating other cards, because I was slightly enamoured, shall we say, by the use of that DSP and that dragonfly. So there's my blocks. There's my little on stage bits and pieces. There's all the leftovers from the box. There's my made cards. So you can see there is currently nothing but a messy desk in Marie's craft room. So that's going to have a tidy at some point, because on stage at home starts at 8 AM tomorrow morning. So somewhere along the line I'm going to go and enjoy a gin and tonic and some cheese straws. Then I'm going to cook dinner. Then I might have to have a little tidy. So thank you very much for joining me, ladies, and I look forward to catching up with you next week and sharing more of what we've done on stage. All right, speak to you soon. Take care. Have a lovely weekend. Stay safe. Bye bye.